this. Now, when the chief priests and the Pharisees heard his parables, they perceived that he was speaking of them, and he was. But when they sought to lay hands on him, when they wanted to lay hands on Jesus, they feared the multitude. See, they feared the multitude. They didn't even want to answer and say when Jesus asked them, was the baptism of John from heaven or from men? Listen to what they said in verse 26 again. But if we say from men, we fear the multitude, for they count John as a prophet. And listen to this fear one more time here. But when they sought to lay hands on him, lay hands on Jesus, they feared the multitude because they took him for a prophet. May God add a reading and a blessing to the reading of his word. And we'll come back and we'll do Matthew 22. It's going to be the parable of the wedding feast. You know, usually when someone get married, they send out invitations to come and celebrate with me in my glorious day of being a bride or a groom. Come share this wedding for me. And invitations go out. This is an invitation here to salvation. Christ is the only Savior. And one day you have to stand before him. You can stand before him as a believer, and he says to you, well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I'm going to make you ruler over many. Or you can stand before the great white throne, and he says to you, depart from me, you worker of iniquity, I never knew, and be cast into the lake of fire. Those choices are yours, just like everything else. When you go through the scriptures, because these scriptures are written about Jesus, from the Old Testament to the New Testament. And if you just take the New Testament and you just go to the words of Jesus,